Hey guys, it's me Beata from horoscopes-and-readings.com and welcome to today's video. Today I would like to talk about unconventional relationships. This is actually very nice and let me tell ya, very spicy topic, and I would like to cover it in this video. Obviously for time reasons I will not be able to cover everything, but there is one planet in a particular which is involved in unconventional relationships or even like open relationships, and that is Uranus. That's why I would like to talk about Uranus, especially in Synastry, but you know me that I still have to go back to birth chart and tell you more which aspects or placements are the most important when it comes to unconventional relationships. So first of all, if you are new here, hello, welcome. If you like it here, please stay and hit the subscribe button because I upload videos weekly, and there is this one rule. Every time Uranus is involved, I can tell you that there will be something very different, very unique, and even very special about these relationships. Uranus is obviously responsible for love at the first sight. Uranus is obviously responsible for open relationships, relationships between people who are the same sex, same sex relationships, and of course affairs. Obviously Pluto, Venus in different contacts are creators of extramarital affairs as well, but Uranus is very much unconventional. There is something very different here, and it can be anything: culture, race, sex, or obviously all sorts of open relationships that are modern these days. So as always, we have to look at the birth chart. If person who is in front of you, is even capable to have this type of relationship, because let me tell you, not everyone has the capacity to be in unconventional relationship of any sort. If there is something different, first this person or two people involved should have some predispositions for this one. So if you have strong Uranus in your birth chart, you will be person who is very much open-minded to everything. Obviously we don't have time to dive even deeper into this topic, but if you have a bunch of Uranus, if you in your own birth chart, like Uranus rising, Uranus in a tight aspect to some of the axes, or Uranus Venus, Uranus Sun, Uranus Moon, obviously. So this will tell me, or Uranus in 7th house, this will tell me that you are the person who is very, open-minded, who is sort of, very like liberty focused, and you like freedom. Everything what Uranus touches is a little bit different. So when it comes to unconventional relationships in Synastry, if you have hard aspects with someone and Uranus is involved, I can tell you straight that there will be something very unconventional here. And even more importantly, what I have noticed, if you have hard contacts in composite chart is pretty much birth chart of your relationship. Every time I do a reading for my clients, especially relationship horoscope, I still have to look into composite chart, because this will tell me that if you have like some Uranus aspects, like between Uranus and Sun, Uranus and Venus in your composite chart, you know, what I have noticed is that either you will have unconventional relationship, it can be long distance for sure. This actually happens quite often, or these Uranus difficult contacts in composite chart, they are manifested as contacts which are, you know, like blockages of the relationships, because it's like, you know, you are in a relationship but your partner has very important job, and you know he has to go overseas, and it's like there is something very different, very unique, but sometimes it can be very difficult to make it work. Obviously, in most cases this can be quite difficult to make it work, but there is that one exception. If you are the person who is very much out of box and very much Uranian yourself, so because these type of relationships, it can be anything. It's like you will be in a marriage and you will not even live together. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so everything what is a little bit odd, what is, you know, a little bit out of norm, you will find it in this type of Uranian relationships. Now, there is that common myth that if you have Uranus aspects in synastry, it will not last. You know, this is what I hear quite often, that there is no chance that it will last because Uranus is all about fast movement, fast actions, you know, like sudden burst of love, but then, you know, you will fall out of love as quickly as you fell in love uh, in the first place. So this can of course happen, especially with Uranus Venus difficult contacts in a synastry. But you know, synastry is always mixture of all the things, right? So it would be very irresponsible from me to tell you that these type of relationships, they don't last, because actually in my practice I've seen this last, but you need to have other supportive aspects, you know, for this to last. Okay, you know, let me tell you something a bit different here, but I was very surprised when Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson got together, because obviously their synastry was quite complicated. I just was not able to grasp this, like what is this relationship about, because they were just too different for me. And you know, there was certainly attraction, and obviously this was something what brought them together, but I just could not find something else. You know, I'm astrologer, I like to dive deeper into celebrities as well, but it was quite surprising for me why they are together. You know, yeah, they called it quits already, but probably this was just, you know, all about attraction and not really taking things to the next level. Uranus was also present there, but this was not about that, you know, um, just an affair. This, in my opinion, was like lack of compatibility in their case. So sometimes if you have difficult Uranian contacts in synastry, this can also speak about lack of compatibility. Like these people in their core, when you look into their birth charts, you know, they are not compatible because they have very different expectations and needs from their partner. Okay, you know, I really love planet Uranus because these people, if you have a bunch of Uranus, you see big picture of everything. You are very open-minded. I think that you are very tolerant. You know, you don't judge so quickly. So there is so many great things that are coming with people who even have this type of unconventional relationships, but this is not for everybody, okay? So just remember, if you have in synastry especially difficult Uranian contact, square opposition and conjunction is perceived to be difficult as well, then you will be in this type of relationship, unconventional relationship of some sort. So there will be something different in this relationship, which doesn't necessarily mean that this will not last, but if you want this type of relationship to last, you need something else. You need Saturn, okay? And if you have that combination between Uranus aspects but also Saturn aspects, because Saturn will give you longevity, of course, then you can make this work, okay? So obviously every synastry and every birth chart is very unique. That's why take this video as I'm only talking about these few aspects, but every story is different, every relationship is different. If you want, you can book me, I can check it out for you. People are interested in these type of relationships because somehow dating and relationships became very difficult, and we are trying all sorts of things, and unconventional relationships are very much included. Okay guys, so this was my analysis of unconventional relationships. Let me know what you think, let me know your experiences. I am very curious to hear from you, and see you next